Yeah, we've got a great team culture. Our captains and our leadership group really did a nice job in the spring preparing for this because we knew we had 14 new players coming in, and they wanted to make sure everybody was on board, and so they worked really hard over the summer to make sure that we were set up and we weren't scrambling as we came into preseason. This group has been incredible. They're competitive. They get out there and they compete hard every single drill. 2 sessions a day. So, they're getting after it, and it's really great to see. And, for the most part, everybody's come in really fit. It's probably one of the most fit teams I've seen so far. We're strong, we're fit in terms of our anaerobic and aerobic conditioning. So, I think we're right where we need to be to open up on Sunday.
Preseason for us has been really good so far. We've all been working really well together. Out of my 4 years, this has been our most competitive and most fit team so far.
I think it just set our bar higher for this season, where we compete every day because we have that goal in mind to make it further than we did last year, and we just try to get 1% better every day, every practice, every game.
To lose in that battle with Middlebury, who's one of the best teams obviously in the country and has been for many years now. They got a taste that they can be there and they can do that, and I think that stuck with them all spring. They trained hard. They made sure everybody was training hard over the summer, and they came in here with the expectations that they were going to fight and battle and hopefully have an opportunity to go back. And getting that opportunity to have that chance again at the Final Four. Time will tell. It's early. We haven't even had a first scrimmage yet. So, we'll see what happens. A lot can happen between now and November. We just take it one day at a time, one game at a time. Sure, they have some lofty goals. However, they know it's a journey, it's a process, and we just have to stay focused on what we need to do every day out on the field to prepare for the next opponent that we're going to face. And I think, they're in a good headspace, and I think, they're mindful of that. Will we have to bring them down every once in a while? Probably, but they're in a good place, and I think they understand that they've got to work hard. It doesn't just happen. They've got to make it happen, and in order to do that, they've got to train hard every single day. They got to compete hard at practice, and they got to compete hard in the games, and they can't have any missteps. They have to really make sure that they're ready to go every time and that everybody's on the same page.